Good morning, everyone. This is Carrie Sparks with Pioneer Title, your Arizona title gal. I can be reached at 602-715-5704. Every month, it's been a new thing for our marketing department to reach out to somebody who is willing to go Facebook Live with me and talk about the market down in Tucson. As most of you know, I am so proud to have 5 generations in the old Pueblo. So I still do some work down there, even though I'm up in the Phoenix area. I can always help you with your transactions. And today I have somebody with me who we started working together almost 2 decades ago. It's getting close. We were both at a different title company, but it was really cool to see you come in, and we were involved in a very large project way back a long time ago. So I got to know you back in that part of your career when you were starting out. Well, now look at you here. Samantha Williams, Senior Escrow Officer, Branch Manager at our River Road office in Tucson, is I want to have her just kind of say a few things about her, but she's also involved in a survey right now where she's been nominated for something, and I want her to kind of introduce herself and talk to that. Take it away, Samantha.
Thank you, Carrie. So yes, I am an escrow officer. I've been in the title and escrow industry 16 years now, 17. I spent 16 at the other company, and I've been now at Pioneer Title for just over a year. Could not be happier here. Best move I made. I'm sure, Carrie, you would agree with that.
I'm right there with you.
On yours. An amazing company. If you don't know about Pioneer and what Pioneer offers to not only its clients, but to our employees as well, definitely reach out. We'd love to tell you about our story and stuff. But yes, I was actually nominated for the 2020 Reader's Choice Awards in Tucson for Best Title Company. Obviously, I'm not a title company, but somebody nominated me for title company, and somehow I got through. I do have my own Google review page. I do have my own Facebook page. I have my own business page and all that. And so I'm assuming that because I have my own Google business page, that's how I was allowed, quote unquote, to be nominated. But if you look at the other nominees, they're the other title companies. And then I'm the only team, the only escrow officer. So I called our owner when I found out I was nominated 2 days in when someone told me. And I was like, hey, I own my own title company. And you know what his response was? You do. You absolutely do. And that's what he allows us is yep. That pride and ownership in our own unit and our own branch within his company. So that was super exciting. Voting ended on Tuesday at midnight. So now I don't think we get results for until like the end of September. But I also know that I'm a unit going against all the big title companies in town, but I was still excited to be nominated and appreciate very much whoever nominated me and all of the support that I've received over the last 2 weeks in voting.
Well, you've been doing a lot for your customers through the whole pandemic. You've had almost daily different presentations that you've done on Zoom, and it's just been fantastic to watch and follow you as you grow your business. So I want to go into the market in the greater Tucson area and just kind of find out, what do you know about what's going on down there, other than I posted this morning a little meme about hot, because I know that as hot as the Phoenix market is, Tucson seems to be, we're paralleling one another, which is not normal. That's not the normal thing to do, but what's going on down in Tucson?
It's crazy. It is wonderful. Obviously, I'm a little worried because you and I have both lived through the highs and what happens after that. And we all know that real estate's very cyclical. And so I'm a little bit worried because of how high we are, but we're riding it and enjoying it. It's crazy hot. I assume Maricopa's the same way. Listings are on for a minute and gone. I personally listed my own house 2 weeks ago, gone. So, our sweet spot, and again, I don't know much about Maricopa, but anything, under probably 250 to 300 is what's going immediately. Once you get over the 300 mark in Tucson, it's a little bit more so, it may be on the market for a week or two instead of only a minute or two. In fact, a lot of our listings are going before they even hit market. So I have a lot of my agents, I guess, and I don't know if it's the same in Phoenix, but in Tucson with MLS, they can pre-list their a coming soon type listing.
Right.
And I don't know all the details, but when they do that, they're getting a ton of attention on that. And sometimes it doesn't even hit active MLS.
One of my realtors listed a property yesterday. It just showed up this morning on MLS here. And I text her because I'm an early riser like you at 5:30 this morning saying, hey, would you like some marketing materials for your new listing? She goes, I already have 17 offers, some sight unseen. And so that's kind of what we're experiencing here as people are going ahead and looking at the virtual tours and going, you know what, if I can if I can get that offer accepted, and they're using escalation clauses and all kinds of stuff down here, as well as bridge loans have re-entered the market.
So I personally have not seen bridge loans yet. I have definitely seen escalation clauses. I've also seen a lot of appraisal issues. Last week I had one that appraised for $66,000 less than purchase price. Never have I had that. Normally it's 5,000, maybe 10,000, but $66,000 less than purchase price.
Wow.
And so while we see the escalation clauses and we see these, buyers bidding each other out, remember, and I had to take that in consideration too as a seller. Yes, do I want the most, but are we just going to get stuck at appraisal and reduce it anyway, right? So at least, and again, I don't know what's going on in the Phoenix market, but definitely in Tucson, we're seeing that. And I'm getting a good amount of addendums, reducing purchase price close to closing. And so that tells me that's what that is. Normally that's the reason we get those.
Well, cash, are you seeing a lot of cash offers?
Not too many, not too many. I'm seeing more 1031s. So I don't know if people are using that as vehicles, but I used to do probably 1 or 2 1031. I'm talking residential property a month, and now I'm probably doing 5 1031s a month. So a lot more. And again, every escrow officer is different, but I close about 100 transactions a month, open about 150. So, it used to be 1%, and now we're at 5%. So is that a lot? Not really, I guess, but it's still more.
Right. Anything else that's going on, statistics or anything you want to share about the residential piece of the market?
So, I pulled just some statistics on Tucson, Arizona. National unemployment rate obviously is a huge one that, is always talked about. June 2020 is what I have statistics wise already. National unemployment rate, 10.2%, which was down slightly, almost 1% month over month, still up, of course, year over year. Arizona's at 9.0, Tucson 9.9. So we're right there at the national average. Our unemployment rate actually went up 1.5% from month over month. But what was surprising to me is the unemployment rate. It peaked in April, right? That's when it peaked nationwide and in Tucson as well at 64,900. We're at 43,164. So we're still pretty darn high. Unemployment, and that's hard to swallow per se. That's hard to see our community, and at Pioneer we're so community driven, and it's hard to see our unemployment rate still be as high as it is. Obviously in our industry and the title company, we're very, very lucky right now that we're able to still work through all of this, and we have been able to still work through it. We just hoped by sorry, I should have muted that. We just hoped by 6 months in we might be seeing even better numbers, but they're going in the right direction. So hopefully they continue. When it comes to the medium household income going up, and I think that's directly related to the purchase price, the seller's market, higher purchase prices. We know that, and that's what we're in right now. So we're going to see a higher median purchase price, but continuously going up. Vacancy rates, staying pretty close to what they've been the last couple months, pretty much unchanged since COVID started. So for those that don't know me, I do residential, commercial, and I actually do businesses. That's what I've been working on this morning with no real estate involved at all. They're just selling a business and it's leased space.
It's good to know. I didn't even know that you were doing that.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
It's fun. It's fun. This one's a gluten-free bakery and we have a lot of them. And it took me way more time than normal, but it's because just on, like you see the escalation clauses, we have this purchase contract, but what is the bakery worth today, right? What it was worth on March 1st and what it was worth May 1st and what it's worth today have changed, right? So, and what will it be worth next year and the following year? So typically on businesses, we look at the revenue over the last couple of years, but that's pretty hard to use right now because we're not in that. So this actually also has an escalation, and it's going to be the purchase price and the seller carryback note, which a lot of businesses have, will be changing based on how they do in 21 and 22. So it'll be interesting. It's the first one I've done like this, but I believe more will come. We also then have the PPP on the business side, right? How is that going to be handled? We don't know. This business owner did get a PPP loan. Will it be forgiven? She thinks so, but we don't know. So there's a lot of unknown on the business side. It's very interesting and fun to dig into.
You bring up the unknown. Boy, there's so many question marks as it revolves around real estate and speculation and everything as to, you know, whether they're going to continue to rise value-wise at the rate that they're rising at. People, where they're coming from, what cities, what's going to happen when we enter fall and our snowbirds come back. There's just lots and lots of what ifs. I know that the investors, at least in the Phoenix area, are in hot pursuit of property. And some of those are paying cash and saying, hey, you know what, I'll take the furniture, I'll do everything because I'm going to cash flow this thing pretty fast. Right. So there's all kinds of question marks out there. But the days of getting a deal in Arizona, those are pretty much gone that I see, unless it's a really distressed property. We sponsored an event a couple days ago with Tina Tambor from the Cromford Report. She gave some really great information. I jotted some stuff down about the area that I work in, and 42% of the contracts that are being done right now in the last 30 days, they're over asking price. So if you think you're gonna get a property and you're going to, no, it's it's pretty much not gonna happen. But she kind of talked about the average, how much over asking price it was, and it was roughly in my neighborhood, right, just between $5,000 to $6,000 over asking price. This is a ridiculously hot seller's market. It's not even close to being somewhat balanced. So, and just looking at properties across the state, because I do have accounts as far north as Flagstaff, as far south as Tucson, you know, all over the valley here. So I try to keep an eye on what's going on across the entire state. And in different pockets, we're seeing investors, we're seeing people come in from major other metropolitan areas, just flocking in with a tremendous amount of cash. And so it's a great time to be in real estate right here in Arizona. And Pioneer Title is an Arizona company. We service Arizona customers and just do our very best to make sure everyone feels loved and taken care of as best we possibly can. Samantha, there's a bunch of discounts that we also offer to our, you know, do you want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm going to circle back really quick. Remind me if I don't come back to the discounts, but on the out of state people you said, and we're getting, I would say probably half to 75% of my files have a mail out, either on the buyer side or seller side, and sometimes it's a double mail out. So wow. That is definitely a change. Luckily, I am very well versed in RON, remote online notarization. I use it very often. I have a RON signing today for a seller. And I've got it down to be able to get the lender's approval. So it's very difficult to get the lenders to approve the buyer's loan documents to be signed using RON. But I've had very good luck. In fact, I've not had a no yet in getting the lender to approve the warranty deed conveying title to our buyer being signed and notarized utilizing RON. So that's been awesome. But we have noticed a huge amount of seller mailouts. So I think you're exactly right on that. The other thing I think that's keeping my cash deals, and I do have some, but away, is the interest rate. I mean, a lot of people are like, if I can get a 2.75 rate, that's almost free money. Keep my cash in my pocket and go ahead and get a loan. And so I think that is, I think that's one of the reasons I'm not seeing as much cash is because people, even if they have it, they might as well, you know, take advantage of the 2.75 rates right now. They're crazy low. I also, and then I will circle back to the discounts, but wanted to say, you know, when you said how hot it was in seller's market is in July of 19, Tucson had 2,507 listings, 2,507. Today we have 1,301, so in half. So yeah, that's going to tell you right there that it's going to push to be a seller's market. But again, I hear everyone going above list price, but we get stuck at appraisals. We're getting stuck at appraisals. So make sure that, we're looking at that too. And if it is a cash buyer and it does not have the appraisal contingency, not an issue. But even some cash buyers are putting an appraisal contingency in there because they do want an appraisal on it. But watch the appraisal contingency because we are getting hit with those. And of course, the one that was 66,000 over, seller had to put it back on the market because they weren't going to lower it that amount. And then hope for a different appraiser going the second round, and that's a coin toss. But discount wise, yes. So we, and our discounts, I'm only familiar with the Pima County rate manual. Do you know if our discounts are statewide?
I believe they are. So your first responders, your military veterans, teachers, you go for your investors, senior citizens, and I think it's pretty much the same statewide. So if anyone has a question whether they qualify for a discount, they can always give you a call.
Yes, for sure. And when it says first responders, it's pretty open, right? Because it's not black and white. It leaves it pretty gray. If it's somebody that's doing something for the community, they work at the Red Cross or they work at, something like that, I'm happy to offer that discount to them. The investor one's a little bit more tricky because you can't get an investor discount and then fill out your 1099 that it was your primary residence. That doesn't work. Auditors don't like that, right? Because I get a lot, well, can I get the investor discount? Yes, as long as you're an investor and we're doing a 1099. Well, no, okay, let's look for a different one then. So, knowing that we do have filed rates and that we are regulated by Department of Financial Institutions and Department of Insurance. And so we do have to be careful and make sure that we are following our rate books. But yes, give us a call and we can, most of the time.
Typically when it comes to our rates too, I mean, our commitment to service is like behind me too. I mean, we're committed as a company to the service of the community and making sure that we're taking care of our communities. But also just even our regular pricing typically falls in much lower than our competitors in pretty much any market across all of Arizona. And then you put a discount on it and then you work with somebody who's awesome like you, and it's an entire package. So we're really proud of everything that we have here at Pioneer, including some of the marketing and sales support that I can offer, as well as the other people that are in the Tucson area that do what I do full time down there. I'm just a little, not even a part-timer down there. I really focus on the Phoenix area, but I want to say thank you for doing this. I know this was your first Facebook Live, and so you did great. Can you give your contact information so that people can get a hold of you?
Yes, I would love to. So we are the Williams team. There are 6 of us here to help you. And we tend to use our team email the most. It is williamsteam@ptaaz.com. And we have a team phone line as well. So 520-299-1260 is how you will get somebody on the phone. I hate voicemail, so I assume my clients hate it too. So rather than doing direct lines, whereas if you were to call me right now, I can't answer. If you were to call 299-1260, someone from my team will be able to answer, help you out. If not, they'll give me a written message and I'll get back to you. But my goal is not to have voicemails because I can't stand getting voicemails when I call somewhere. So same with the Williams team email. All 6 of us are on there. You'll get a response pretty quickly. If you need me directly, you can always email me at samantha.williams@ptaaz.com. Because obviously I check my own email, but you maybe a delayed or take a little bit longer to get back to you because it's only me versus the team email.
And it is the end of the month too. And I saw how many files you have behind you in pink. So it looks like you're going to have quite a day. But I'm Carrie Sparks with Pioneer Title, your Arizona title gal. I can always be available to help anyone. Busy is being removed from the vocabulary. So it's 602-715-5704. I absolutely love helping my realtors and loan officers. And if anybody in the community is watching this as well and has a question about title and escrow and how it works, either one of us are always available to help and guide you through that. So I appreciate your time. Thanks for listening to this today. It will be hosted up on Facebook and some of the, excuse me, on YouTube and some of the other social media platforms shortly. But we appreciate you. To all of our customers that choose to work with Pioneer, thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. You mean the world to us. And if you do not have a current relationship with anyone at Pioneer, either myself or Samantha are available to help you out. So have a great day, everyone. Appreciate all of you. Take care.
Thank you.